Ryan stood near the edge of the ballroom, his eyes scanning the sea of glittering dresses and stiff suits. Everyone was smiling, laughing, sipping sparkling drinks under golden lights. But Ryan felt trapped. His uncle Thomar waved at him from across the room. The older man's sharp smile was fake like always. Thomar ran the family business empire. He helped Ryan build his tech company, but now he wanted something in return. A marriage to strengthen a corporate deal. Thomar wanted Ryan to marry the daughter of a powerful businessman. It didn't matter that Ryan barely knew the girl. It didn't matter that Ryan didn't love her. All that mattered to Thomar was power. Ryan tightened his grip on his drink. His chest felt heavy. He didn't want to become a puppet. He didn't want to lose control of his life. But if he said no, Thomar would destroy everything he had built. He needed a way out. A sudden idea hit him. It was foolish, risky, but maybe, just maybe, it would work. Ryan turned away from the crowd and walked quickly into the garden outside the ballroom. Cool air brushed against his face as he stepped onto the stone path. Soft music floated from inside, but here, it was quiet. And then he saw her. A girl stood alone near the fountain, her back to him. She wore a simple silver dress, unlike the bright gowns inside. Her long dark hair moved gently in the breeze. She wasn't part of the party. She looked lost. Or maybe just peaceful. Ryan didn't think. He walked up to her and said softly, "Please, I need your help." The girl turned to face him. Her eyes were calm, almost glowing in the moonlight. "My name is Ryan," he said quickly. "There's no time to explain everything, but I need you to pretend to be my girlfriend. Just for tonight. Just for one moment." She tilted her head. "Why?" "Because," he said, his voice low, "if I don't stop my uncle, I'll be forced into a marriage I don't want. And if I do this right, maybe I can end it." The girl didn't answer right away. She simply looked at him, eyes steady, like she was looking deep into his thoughts. Then slowly she gave a small nod. Ryan's heart pounded. He took a step forward, gently placed a hand on her shoulder, and leaned in. Their lips touched for just a moment, a soft, simple kiss under the stars. Behind him, gasps came from the open glass doors. Perfect. Ryan turned to see a group of guests staring, including his uncle. Phones were out, cameras flashing. He put his arm around the girl and said loudly, "Everyone, this is Mira, my girlfriend." The crowd murmured. Tomer's face turned red with shock. His plan had just fallen apart. Ryan looked back at the girl beside him. She still hadn't spoken. She simply nodded at the crowd, calm as ever. Then, without saying a word, she gently stepped away and disappeared into the garden shadows. Back inside, people surrounded Ryan with questions. Who was she? Where did he meet her? How long had they been dating? He smiled and said very little. It worked. The lie had done its job, but deep inside, Ryan wondered, who was she really? He tried to find her after the party, but she was gone. No one remembered seeing her arrive. No car, no name on the guest list. It was as if she had appeared out of nowhere. Just for him. The next morning, Ryan sat at the long dining table in his mansion, sipping black coffee. His mind kept replaying the kiss from last night. That girl Mira, she had appeared out of nowhere and vanished just as quickly. Who was she? He opened his laptop and checked the event footage. There it was, the kiss, the crowd's reaction, the flash of lights. But something strange happened after that. In every photo, Myra's face looked slightly different, still her, but her features didn't stay the same. Her eyes looked gray in one image, light green in another. Even her skin tone shifted in the light. He frowned. Ryan called his head of security. "Check the guest list from last night," he ordered. "Find everything on a girl named Myra, mid-20s, long dark hair, silver dress. She left through the garden." 2 hours later, the reply came. No one named Myra was invited. No record of her entering. No car in or out. We checked security cams, but she doesn't appear on them at all. Ryan blinked. What do you mean nothing? Exactly that, sir. It's like she was never here. Before Ryan could respond, the main gate camera buzzed. A delivery? He opened the video feed on his screen, and there she was. Mira stood outside his gate, calm and quiet, like she had every right to be there. Ryan rushed to the front door and opened it himself. The gate had already been unlocked by the AI system. Mira stood just beyond the entrance, looking exactly like she had last night. Same dress. Same soft expression. I came, she said simply. Ryan stared. How do you know where I live? She didn't answer the question. Instead, she looked past him into the house. May I come in? Against all logic, Ryan stepped aside. All right, but you owe me some answers. Inside, Mira sat silently on the couch, her hands folded neatly on her lap. Ryan stood across from her, arms crossed. Okay, he began. Who are you really? Why were you at that party? Why did you agree to help me? She tilted her head slightly. You asked. I said yes. That doesn't explain anything, Ryan said. You don't show up on cameras. You're not on any guest list. My system says you don't exist. I know, she said softly. Ryan paused. You know? Mira looked up at him. I'm not from here. He laughed nervously. You mean ... not from the city? No, she said calmly. Not from this planet. Ryan stopped. He waited for a sign that she was joking. But her face remained still. You expect me to believe you're an alien? He asked. Mira didn't blink. Yes. Ryan ran a hand through his hair. This is insane. Even if that were true, why are you here? Why did you come back? She stood slowly. Because you kissed me. He looked at her confused. Yeah, that was part of the act. You knew it was fake, right? To you, maybe, Mira said. But not to me. Ryan took a step back. Wait, are you saying there's something more to that kiss? Mira nodded. In my culture, a first kiss given in public, willingly, creates a bond. It's very old, but still honored. A bond? Ryan asked. What kind of bond? She looked him in the eyes. Lifelong. Ryan felt like the floor had shifted beneath him. I didn't mean for this to happen, he said quickly. It was just a way to stop my uncle. I didn't know you were whatever you are. I know, she said gently. But the bond has already begun, and once formed, it cannot be undone easily. Ryan shook his head. This is too much. I need time to think. I understand, Mira said, walking toward the door. But I must stay near you now, for your safety and mine. She opened the door and stepped outside into the morning sun. Ryan stood frozen. Just yesterday, he had been worried about a forced marriage arranged by his uncle. Now he was somehow bonded to a girl who wasn't even from Earth. And for the first time in years, Ryan didn't know what was going to happen next. The next day, Ryan sat in his private lab, still thinking about Mira. Everything she had said kept echoing in his mind. I'm not from this planet. The kiss created a bond. I must stay near you now. He shook his head. It all sounded impossible. But something inside him said she wasn't lying. Ryan was a man who believed in facts. And if he couldn't trust words, he could trust science. So he decided to test the truth in his own way. That afternoon, Mira sat quietly in the sunroom. She seemed calm, almost peaceful. Her eyes followed the birds outside the window. Ryan walked in with a small bag. I want to show you something, he said. Mira stood. What is it? A medical scan, Ryan replied. I just want to understand. No tricks, she nodded. Go ahead. Ryan brought out a small device from his lab. It was a portable scanner, advanced, quiet, and fast. He gently placed it near her wrist. A soft light passed over her skin. Seconds later, the results appeared. On his tablet, Ryan looked at the screen and froze. Her blood had cells shaped like stars. Her bones were made of something stronger than steel, but lighter than air. Her heartbeat was slow but steady. Her DNA was nothing like a human's. He stared at the screen in silence. "You see it now," Mira said softly. Ryan looked up at her. "You're really not human." "No," she said. "I'm Vayari." "Vayari?" He asked. "My people live far from here," she said. "We travel through stars. We study young planets. I was sent to Earth for a short mission. I was only supposed to observe and never get involved." "Then why were you at that party?" he asked. Mira took a breath. "I had completed my task and was preparing to leave, but something told me to wait. That night, I was drawn to the lights, the sound, the emotions. I wandered in, just to watch." Ryan ran a hand through his hair. "And then I kissed you." "Yes," she said. "And that changed everything." Ryan sat down. His mind raced with questions, but one thought stood above the rest. "Why does your people's bond matter?" "It was just a kiss to me." "To you, yes," she said gently. "But to my kind it's more. When two people from different stars connect through choice, in public, with no force, it sends out a signal, a beacon." Ryan looked confused. "A signal to who?" "To my people," she said. "To my leaders. To others watching Earth. Now they know we made a bond. They may not accept it." "What happens now?" Ryan asked. "They may come," Mira said. "To take me back, or to judge you." Ryan stood up quickly. "Judge me? For what?" "For bonding with someone not of your kind," she said quietly. "Some may think it's dangerous. Others may think it's forbidden." Ryan stepped back. "This is serious, isn't it?" "Yes," Mira said. "That's why I said I must stay near you. For now, we are linked. If I go too far, the bond may break. And that could hurt both of us." Ryan sat again, staring at the floor. "I just wanted to avoid a fake marriage. I didn't want all of this." "I know," Mira said. "But sometimes fate chooses for us." They sat in silence. Finally, Ryan asked, "If your people come, will you leave?" Mira looked at him. "If they let me choose, I will stay." Ryan met her eyes. For the first time, he saw something behind her calmness: fear. Not for herself, but for what might come. "I don't know what's going to happen," Ryan said slowly. "But if we're in this together, then let's stay strong. Both of us." Mira gave a small smile. "I would like that." Outside, the sky darkened. A faint streak of light passed above the clouds, too fast to be a playing dot, and somewhere in space, something had noticed the signal. The sun had not yet risen when Ryan was woken by the sound of alarms. He jumped out of bed and rushed to the security screen in his room. Red lights flashed on the display. The system had detected an unknown object entering Earth's atmosphere too. Small for a plane, too fast for a satellite. He clicked through the cameras. Something had landed in the nearby forest. Ryan grabbed his coat and ran outside. Mira was already there, standing quietly near the trees. "You felt it too?" he asked. She nodded. "They're here." Ryan's heart began to race. "Who?" "My people," she said softly. "Or at least, someone from them." They waited in silence. A bright blue light shone through the trees. A tall figure walked out of the fog. She was wearing a silver suit that shimmered like metal. Her face was calm but sharp. Her eyes were cold, glowing like ice. Ryan stepped in front of Myra. "Who are you?" The woman didn't look at him. She spoke in a deep, smooth voice. "I am Commander Zara of the Vayari Council. I have come for her." Mira stepped forward. "Zara, you have broken the code," Zara said. "You have bonded with a human. That is not allowed." "It was not planned," Mira said. "But it happened. I accepted it." "You don't have the right to choose," Zara replied. "You were sent to observe, not to bond." Ryan frowned. "She's not your prisoner. Zara finally looked at him. And you, the human, you are the cause of this. You interfered with one of our own. I didn't know she was one of yours, Ryan said. I just kissed someone who looked lonely. Zara's eyes narrowed. Your people act without thinking. That makes you dangerous. Mira stepped between them. He didn't do anything wrong. I chose to respond. I didn't resist. You should have, Zara said coldly. You were trained better. Mira's voice became firm. I am not afraid of the council. If they want to judge me, let them. But I will not leave him behind. Zara raised a hand. A glowing device hovered into the air beside her. Then come with me. Both of you. The council will decide what happens next. Ryan looked at Mira. Do you trust them? She hesitated. They won't hurt us. But they may try to break the bond. Ryan took a deep breath. If you go, I go. Zara stared at them both, then turned. Follow me. They entered the forest, walking toward the light. The trees seemed to part on their own. In the clearing, a silver craft floated silently above the ground. It had no wings, no windows, just a smooth round surface glowing with soft blue light. The door opened inside. The ship was quiet and bright. Ryan stepped in and gasped. The walls pulsed like they were alive. Everything was smooth and white. Mira seemed calm, but Ryan could feel her tension. Zara guided them to 2 seats. The council awaits. The ship rose without a sound, disappearing into the sky within seconds. Hours passed, or maybe only minutes, Ryan couldn't tell. Time felt different. Finally, the ship slowed and landed in a vast chamber filled with light. Tall figures with glowing robes stood in a circle. Their faces were hidden behind masks of crystal. Mira stood tall, but Ryan felt small among them. Zara stepped forward and spoke. The bond was formed. It was witnessed. The human claims it was an accident. The observer claims it was choice. Voice echoed from the center. Then let the judgment begin. Ryan looked at Mira. She reached out and held his hand out. No matter what happened, now he was ready. Ryan stood inside the glowing chamber, feeling like an insect under a microscope. The alien council members stood in a perfect circle, tall and silent behind crystal masks. Their presence felt heavy, like the air itself had weight. Mira stood beside him, calm but serious. One of the council members stepped forward. His voice echoed, even though his lips didn't move. You are the human called Ryan? Ryan nodded. Yes. You formed a bond with one of our kind. Did you do this with knowledge of our law? No, Ryan replied honestly. I didn't know who or what Myra really was. Another voice spoke. And now that you know, do you still accept the bond? Ryan looked at Mira. Her eyes met his. She looked peaceful, but there was something deep in her gaze, hope mixed with fear. I accept it, Ryan said. Not because of the bond, but because I care about her. A soft murmur ran through the chamber. Mira stepped forward. It was my choice too. I did not resist the bond. I accept it with full understanding. Zara, standing to the side, spoke sharply. She broke the code. She interfered with a human. That alone is a violation. A third council member raised his hand. Enough. The leader turned toward Ryan again. You must understand what this means, human. Your world is still young. If we allow this bond, your planet will be watched more closely. Some of our kind may not agree with this. There may be danger for you and for her. I understand, Ryan said. The chamber fell silent again. Finally, the leader spoke. We will allow the bond. For now. But your actions from this point forward will affect not just your future, but the future of your kind. The floor glowed under Ryan's feet. A warm energy passed through him. The bond was being marked, recognized by the council. It was official. Now later, back inside the Vayari ship, Ryan sat beside Mira. Well, he said, that was intense. You did well, she said softly. I was shaking, Ryan admitted. But I meant what I said. I care about you. Mira looked at him. There's something else you should know. Ryan raised an eyebrow. More surprises? She nodded. When the bond is accepted by the council, it sends a signal. Others receive it. Not all Viari support human interaction. Some will try to break the bond themselves. Let them try, Ryan said. I'm not afraid. I am, Myra said honestly. Because you're human. They may try to hurt you to make me leave you. Ryan's expression turned serious. Then we stay one step ahead. Suddenly, the ship's alarm rang. Zara rushed into the room. We have a problem. A rogue ship has entered Earth's orbit. It's not responding to any signals. It's coming for you. Mira stood. Who is it? Zara's face tightened. Viari outlaws. Those who believe humans should not mix with our kind. Ryan clenched his fists. So they're coming for me? Yes, Zara said. They'll try to remove you. If they do, the bond breaks. And if the bond breaks? Ryan asked. It may kill her, Zara said coldly, and leave you damaged forever. Ryan looked at Mira, stunned. Why? Didn't you tell me that? I didn't want to scare you, she whispered. But now, we have no time to hide. Zara turned toward the controls. Prepare yourselves. They'll land soon. Ryan's heart pounded. Just days ago, he had kissed a stranger to escape a forced marriage. Now that kiss had brought him to the stars and into a fight for his life. But he wasn't running anymore. He had found something real, and he would protect it, no matter what came next. The ship shook slightly as the alarm continued to ring. A red light flashed above Ryan's head. He looked at Mira, then at Zara. Can your ship fight them? Ryan asked. Zara shook her head. This vessel is a scout ship. It's not made for battle. Then what do we do? Ryan said, voice tense. Zara pressed a button on the control wall. A round screen appeared, showing a black ship entering Earth's atmosphere. It moved fast, with glowing red lights and sharp wings like a predator. They're here to break the bond, Mira said quietly. They don't care about peace. Ryan's fists tightened. We can't just sit here. Zara turned to him. There's only one way to stay safe. We leave Earth. Ryan looked shocked. Leave Earth? As in, go into space? Yes, Zara replied. I can take you both to a secure zone in Viari space. It's far, but safe from them. Ryan looked at Mira. Her expression was serious, but she nodded. It's our best chance. Within minutes, the ship began to rise silently through the air. Ryan watched as the trees below grew smaller and smaller. The sky turned dark, and stars filled the view. He felt a strange mix of fear and wonder. He had never thought he would leave Earth like this. Mira sat beside him. Are you okay? I think so, Ryan replied. Just trying to believe this is really happening. You're stronger than you think, she said, giving him a soft smile. Hours passed as the ship moved beyond the moon and into deeper space. Ryan was amazed by the beauty outside. Stars glowed all around them. A comet passed by, its tail shining like a ribbon. But the peace didn't last. Zara entered the room with a serious face. They're following us. Ryan stood up. How? I thought we were faster. They've upgraded, Zara said. I didn't expect it. They're gaining. Mira looked at the screen. Then we have to go through the nebula path. Zara froze. That's dangerous. It's the only way, Mira said. What's the nebula path? Ryan asked. A thick cloud of gas and light, Mira explained. It hides our signal, but flying through it is risky. One wrong turn, and we crash. Zara looked at Ryan. Your body is not made for high energy zones. You could get hurt, Ryan nodded. If it's our only chance, I'll take the risk. The ship turned toward the nebula path. Soon the stars outside vanished, replaced by swirling clouds of purple, blue, and white. It looked beautiful, but also endless and deep. The ship shook again. They've entered the cloud too, Zara sighed. They're still chasing. Ryan looked at the glowing fog outside. Is there another way? Mira walked to the control wall. There is an old tunnel inside the nebula. Very narrow, very old. But if we make it, they can't follow. Zara gave her a sharp look. That path is almost forgotten. I remember it, Mira said calmly. Zara hesitated, then nodded. Guide me. Mira placed her hand on a glowing panel. Lines of light moved across the ship, showing a new path. The ship turned sharply and entered a thin passage of light. Ryan held onto the seat as the ship moved fast through the twisting tunnel. Strange flashes of light appeared outside, like lightning in water. The engines roared and the ship rocked. Hold on! Zara shouted. Behind them, the enemy ship entered the nebula too. But when it tried to follow the narrow path, it hit the cloud wall. A blast of light filled the screen, and then nothing. They're gone, Zara said. They can't follow anymore. Ryan let out a deep breath. We made it. The ship slowly left the nebula. Stars returned to view. In the distance, a green planet glowed softly. That's the Vayari safe zone, Mira said. We'll be protected there. Ryan looked at her. And what happens after that? Mira turned to him, her voice calm. Then we face the future together. Ryan smiled. He didn't know what challenges were waiting, but he knew one thing now. He wasn't alone anymore. Ryan had never seen anything like the planet that now floated before them. It was green, glowing, and surrounded by rings of soft blue light. 3 small moons circled it slowly, like dancers in the sky. This is the Vayari safe zone? Ryan asked. Mira nodded. It's not just a safe zone. It's one of the oldest places in our system, a place of truth and peace. Zara guided the ship toward a large floating platform in orbit. It wasn't made of metal, but of light and crystal. As the ship landed, Ryan saw tall figures waiting outside. Mira turned to him. These are the Guardians. They will test the bond one more time. Ryan raised an eyebrow. Another test? Zara replied, This test is not about rules. It is about feelings, about truth. The ship door opened. Ryan and Mira stepped out, hand in hand. A gentle wind blew across the platform. It felt warm and calm. The Guardians stood in a circle, dressed in flowing robes of white and silver. They had no weapons, no armor. Just calm eyes and quiet strength. One of the Guardians stepped forward. She had golden skin and hair like glowing threads. You have come far. But before we protect you, we must see the bond for what it truly is. Ryan nodded. What do you need from us? Not words, the Guardian said. We will enter your minds, not to harm but to understand. Ryan looked at Mira. She gave a small nod. It's safe. Just stay calm. The Guardian raised her hands. A soft blue light surrounded Ryan and Mira. The world around them faded. Suddenly, Ryan was no longer standing on the platform. He was inside his own memories. He saw himself as a child, alone in a dark room, reading books late into the night. He saw the day he built his first computer, the day he started his company, and the night his parents' accident changed everything. Then Mira appeared beside him in the memory world. She showed him her memories too. He saw her training in the stars, watching planets from afar, always quiet, always alone. He saw her first time on Earth, hiding in shadows, curious but cautious. Then he saw the moment she saw Ryan for the first time at the party. I felt something, she said. Something I never felt before. Ryan looked at her, so did I. Their hands touched, even inside the memory. A soft light wrapped around them, and the world returned. Back on the platform, the Guardian stood silent. The lead Guardian spoke, her voice softer now. The bond is real. Zara stepped forward. Then we can protect them? The Guardian nodded. Yes, the bond is not based on confusion or mistake. It was a choice. A connection of two hearts from different worlds. Ryan smiled, but then asked, "What now? Will more people come after us?" The Guardian looked at the sky. "Yes, there are always those who fear change, but now you are under our protection. If anyone harms you, they break the peace." Mira looked relieved. "Thank you." Zara placed a hand on Mira's shoulder. "You've done something rare, something brave. But your journey is not over." "What do you mean?" Ryan asked. Zara turned to him. "You and Mira must return to Earth. The Council wants you to speak to the leaders of your world. They must know the truth. Tell the world about aliens?" Ryan asked, surprised. "Yes," the Guardian said. "But not just that. Tell them about peace, about connection, about hope." Ryan took a deep breath. "That's a big task." Mira held his hand. "But we'll do it together," Ryan smiled. "Yes, together." Above them, stars continued to shine. Far away, other ships watched, some with interest, some with fear. But one thing was clear now: the bond between human and alien was real, and it had already started changing the galaxy.